Meeting. Go. Good morning. Pretty sure I'm live now. Good morning. Good morning. I'm getting over here on Facebook so I can mute. I can answer this. Yep. 34 seconds. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Let me just begin. I'm not normally looking at my face, so all good. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Holy moly, this energy is good morning, Lisa. Is off the charts, if you will. It's been pretty intense. How are you doing? How are you navigating these energies? All brand new stuff, all much more, what's the word? Intense feels pretty heavy, but that's how it feels, pretty intense. Been a lot. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello. I would love to see who's here. My name is Marti Forrest. I am an empath, obviously, highly sensitive, intuitive, author, coach, mentor, teacher, many, many hats. That's who I am. Light worker, Blu-ray, what else? Maybe I'll relate to that. And I've been present to what's showing up. What's showing up for you? What's been showing up? What have you been noticing? What have you been noticing that's old? Old habits, old patterns, old beliefs, old people. Not old like age, old in somebody that you've hung out with for a long time and maybe you haven't talked to for a long time and they've come back into your life. That's what I mean by that when I say old people. They've been around a while, and I had someone that happened to me. I had someone that I blocked, actually. That relationship that was ended long ago, and they keep showing up. And the last time they showed up was on my public page, and I thought, oh my God, really? And I reached out and said, please, you need to stop. And she comes back with a whole other thing. And well, Facebook only allows you, if you unblock somebody, you can't block them again for 48 hours. I was like, huh, well, what is this all about? Oh, it's the old. Good morning. Big, bold, old lifetimes. I have no idea what all of our history is with this person, but it's been a long time in this life. Wow, isn't that fascinating? Great. Let me be fascinated by it rather than holy crap again. So what have you been noticing? What's showing up for you in this time? Because we've been through the lunar eclipse. We're coming up on Monday for the solar eclipse, and it's a new moon, and Mercury retrograde, and I don't know what other planets are aligned or retrograde or whatever, but it's been a lot. A lot. It's relative, right? It depends on where we are on the journey, how much we feel. I am noticing many, many old patterns. And that's been coming for a while. And so that's where this topic came from this morning, about stepping into that higher version of you. Because when we're going through the old stuff, we're in that third dimension, shedding, purging, clearing things that are no longer serving. Sometimes we try to hold on to it because it's comfortable and it's familiar and we know that space. And yet we're evolving very quickly. Time this morning, I got in the shower early this morning, and then I was still with the clock. I'm like, what happened to the time? It's like I lost 20 or 30 minutes. I didn't lose it. It just seemed to not be there. Suddenly it's time to come in here. So that's happening. So we're separating from third dimension, dense, thick material. moving into the higher dimensions, 5D, love or above, are you noticing that the old is present, or memories that you haven't thought of maybe since it even happened? And then what's the repetitive thing that continues to show? Mine is, how am I going to? How am I going to? It's figuring it out, trying to figure it all out. There's nothing I personally, my brain is going to figure out. Because remember, this is only historical data in the mind, only based on our experience. Nothing really new that comes from the mind. It comes from the heart, soul, spirit, intuition. That's where the new ideas come. So when I'm in the mind trying to figure it out, this is where I've been pausing, breathing, and I talk about this a lot, to pause, breathe, get present, feel it, drop into the body, take that really deep breath, allow that energy to move. And then it comes back. And then I do that again on repeat. And then lately I've been writing my reality, if you will, and stepping into who is that higher version of me? What does that look like? What does it feel like? So let's imagine we're on this timeline where the old stuff is, and we know we're moving up, and sometimes we're straddling. But this version up here on the fifth dimension timeline, dimensions, timelines, whatever you want to call that, it's a grander, greater version of me that trusts that there's no fear, knows that it's all going to work out, knows that I live in a space of bliss and happiness and joy. I don't have to figure it out. So what's that version for you? We talk about, we hear it a lot, we visualize, let me imagine it's already done, right? Feel it as if it's already done. And what I found is that was a little challenging for me. I don't really know what that feels like as it's already done. Sometimes I can imagine it. I can't always generate the feeling for that. When I imagine the version of me that's up here in a different timeline, that seems easy to me. Because that version is me, and I'm not trying to cultivate something that's not already there. Does that make sense? So this version up here at this I'm in the seventh. I step up to that seventh dimension timeline. And I asked, like, which timeline am I on? Seventh. Because I was trying to go too high. Like, let me be an overachiever here and go way up here. Hey, here, I can imagine seventh. What does that feel like? I'm in a joy, I'm in bliss, I'm excited, I'm happy, I completely trust, I'm completely confident in myself. I know I'm connected, I know I'm in the flow constantly all the time. There's no fear, I'm not trying to figure it out. I just come in, I get in the flow, and I live. And that's how it goes. So what is that version for you? If you close your eyes and imagine, there's a version here that we're picking up all the energy, we're feeling everything, we're feeling like exhausted, often a curse, all that stuff, right? That old stuff. We're empaths. We're here to alter our environment with our energy, with our being, how we show up. So that version of the empath that you are, that highly sensitive person, is that the person who lives in fear, isolating, exhausted all the time? Or is that a person that lives up here that goes, oh, this is my role, let me step in and not be afraid of the world, and know, because we know and we trust ourselves, that when I need to take care of me, I step back and take care of me. When I need to not be around people, I don't be around people. And if I'm going out and about and being around people, that can be okay too. Because that's the version of me that knows I'm okay. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that version of you? Now, that doesn't mean those things don't still show up, but I can collapse the timeline and step in. And then it's an actual visceral feeling as I do that. And I do that a lot. I keep repeating because I'll go right back to where it's comfortable. And that's the process of our evolution. Something triggers me, I get afraid. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Because that's where my mind goes. And then I start to go down the new path and, oh, I'm this version today. I'm going to live in this version today. That thing still shows up. Hi, Alita. Good morning. The teacher always presents when the student is ready. Yes, ma'am. So true. 100% true. Yes. The it also I'm like, where'd my head go? As I experienced this version, it's here in 7th dimension. You can call them timelines, call them dimensions, Earth, 3D material. We're transitioning into the crystalline base from carbon. So our DNA is upgrading. When I'm in this version of like, okay, I'm up here, I'm in this version of 7th dimension, I still feel the things I'm moving through. But this version of me I can collapse a timeline and step into myself and know that I'm okay. I'm simply moving through what is no longer necessary, what's no longer serving me, the beliefs that are outdated, that served me for a lifetime. So we're not experiencing our life, but from this version, this high version of myself, this high vibration, high frequency version already knows. Hi, Mimi. Good morning. Already knows that I'm okay. I'm safe. I can trust myself. I know I'm going to feel this, shed the old, and continue stepping up, continue living from this level of this version that lives in that high frequency, lives in the flow, and it's easier. So I write that. Who is this version of me? What do I experience as this version of me? What does it feel like as this version of me? And then it was suggested that we then visualize. So that's what I did this morning. Hi, Wendy. Good morning. Oh, cool star. Thank you for that. I visualize myself as this version in the 7th dimension. And I visualized myself in like, okay, here's me today, this person, this version, probably in 5. And let me move up here to 7. And I move into that. So it's like I'm watching and then I'm stepping in and merging those two versions to the higher one. And then I feel that. What does it feel like? What am I doing? How am I living? It's not a lot different. It's from the inside, I'm different. From the inside, because we already know. But the level of trust now is up leveled to, I don't know, 1,000% instead of 50 to 100. What about the solar eclipse energy? And tomorrow is a big day. 4. Yeah, 4. You can have portals open, lots of energy. Also, there's a lot of, thanks for the question. There's a lot of, I just heard something fall. Dark energies. So being mindful and paying attention to that. Something me that. I went, makes sense. People say the light's already won, but we still have the powers of B, if you will, attempting to continue their control. So you have two fours. Fours are the balance. We have the four directions, the four levels. Four is 8. There we are at infinity. High vibration. It's all higher vibration now. We just pay more attention to them. And eclipse, the solar eclipse is, just read something that NASA is launching something. There's all kinds of things that are being attempted to coincide because we're all going to be focused. A big confirmation on that. We're all focused. Grand rising. Yes, we're all focused on the sun, and they, NASA, the government, whoever they are attempting to utilize that time and space to do something. You know, we're all distracted. Let's look over here. Let's show you over here because that's what's happening. The eclipse. While over here, something else is happening. So just pay attention. Pay attention. Be mindful. Be aware. Take care of yourself. There's lots of false timelines that are showing up, have been showing up. People, energies attempting to distract us. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. The fires and the grand rising, and thank you for that. It happens all the time. It happens every day, all the time. Be aware, not beware. Yes, thank you for that. Absolutely. Be mindful. Pay attention. Be aware. Yes, not beware. Yeah, thank you for that. That's good. Caution. I take caution. Have a healthy caution to know what's happening. And if it feels off, it's probably off. And if it's there and you're distracted by it, we are super sensitive. We feel it to the nth degree. So this is about trusting ourselves. Right? When I'm stepping into this higher version, it applies right in here. When I'm stepping into this higher version of myself, I know exactly what's happening. I don't always know all the details, but I can feel it all. So if there's some kind of thing that's all bright and shiny, that looks good, sounds good, you got to feel that. Is it true? Or is it something to distract me? Take me off my path? Yeah, I wonder why everyone is making such a big deal all over the news. Yeah. How do we trust ourselves? Okay. How do we trust ourselves? That's a deep question, and it is built. So if I'm here physically right now, but I've stepped into this higher version. So imagine yourself, what does it feel like when you trust? What is all of the evidence? Lillian, good morning. What's all the evidence in your life where you were right? Right's such a terrible word. It's not a terrible word. Right is such a whatever. You're accurate. Your intuition was right on point. Look at all those places. What did it feel like? How did you know? Oh, I just knew. Yep, you did. You were probably never wrong, never inaccurate. I'm paying attention to my words. You were probably never inaccurate about it. And yet, the mind, 3 seconds or less, will dismiss it. And you're second guessing yourself and you're doubting. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Ivy. Yes. Happens all the time. I have a little protector in my gut. Yes. It may be different for everybody, the feeling that you get and the way that you know. Because we always know. We were never taught how to trust ourselves. We were never taught that it was accurate because our feelings are not safe. Oh, you're just worrying, you're just whatever again. You're whatever the parent said or whatever the guardian said. I sweat around bad energy. Oh, that's a good indication. You're burning off the energy. When we're sweating a lot and we're hot, we're burning off the energy. So if you're around energy that's not good, heavy, yeah, burning off that energy. So yeah, so purging exactly. Knowing what it is for you. I get hot a lot. I thought for a while there because I've been through menopause, so I thought it was that still. And then someone said, no, it's all the energy that you're burning off the energy as you're transmuting and purging. Oh, okay. Because I kept feeling like am I really still having all these hot flashes from menopause? It's been a couple of years now. And while it can happen that way, I also know that the energy is pretty a lot. So this eclipse, this solar eclipse, can go times without feeling anyone's energy. Can you go times without feeling anyone's energy? What times without feeling anyone's energy? We can deny it. We can ignore it. I do ignore it. I am known to ignore it. So sometimes it's not that I'm not feeling it, it's that I'm ignoring it. Sometimes I'm having the burn off because suddenly here we go again. I thought I was getting ill. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's a frequency light upgrade, flu, frequency light upgrade, flu-like symptoms. And it's because the energy's coming in, so that frequency is so high and our bodies are dense. So it's clearing and burning off, purging, so that we can hold more light. That's moving into that crystalline energy in our DNA, so that we can hold, because the more we clear, purge, the higher our frequency and the more light that we can hold in our cells. We all have, right? We all have it. We're all bright light. Empathopause. That's awesome. I love that. Empathopause. Like, oh, that's good. That's really good. It's all distracted me with that. Oh, that's good. I didn't want that mental pause symptom coming back. I will now rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, 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 yes. Because sometimes when I'm trying to think it rather than allowing it to flow through, you'll see me like I the words out. And I pause and I take a breath so I can step into that flow again, and then it starts. Yeah. And it happens. We've caused it. Somebody said the other day, a menopause brain, that mushy, forget things. And I went, well, that might be, but also the energy is that. Because as we purge and shed all the old that we come in with, then we're starting to forget some of those things. Like when I'm recalling some story that I'm sharing, I really have to think about it to recall, because there's no charge and it's not really present because it's something old. Easter Day was pretty good all day. Then when I showed up at a family member's house, I felt jealousy as soon as I walked in the house. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yep. And whatever. It's not your thing, it's theirs. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Like, I was going to say more. I'm like, no, let me just leave it there. Yes. So when we feel that, we just feel it. Here's the thing, when we feel that, let us feel it and know, right? You already know it's jealousy. There's nothing for you to do about it. Paying attention, because sometimes I get into the old behavior. It's not old if it's still happening, they would say. I get in that behavior of wanting to transmute it or fix it or be their friend, or, like I'm trying to make up for whatever they're feeling. It's not our job. Whatever that is for them is them. And it's enough for us to know and do nothing. Nothing. Just show up as you. Your energy is going to irritate people. It's that friction, like a magnet trying to push the ends together that don't go together. Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention to how that happens, because there's people that are just going to go way away because we shine a light. We are a light everywhere. Thank you, Ellie. We shine a light everywhere, naturally. No matter what state our mood's in. We might be mad, we might be all those things. Yes, we have those emotions, and we still have this bright light. And people are either really attracted to us because they feel good around us, or they're completely repelled because we're showing them. Not because we're like trying to hold the mirror up to them. We're showing them because we reflect to them in the light. We're shining light in their dark that they don't want to look at. My boss hates my positive energy. Yeah, right? Yeah. So when we're stepping into this higher version on another timeline. So if you're in the space of, they're jealous of me. Okay, that's that timeline. I'm now, I've matched her 3D. I felt it. Great. Let me move up. Consciously choose. I'm going to step up to that 5th timeline or 7th timeline, because it instantly puts you in a higher vibration. Instantly. And it's choice. Yeah. The boss who hates the positive energy because they don't want to look at their own. They're probably doing some shady stuff. Maybe they're not clean in their interactions or dealings. So who said it? Can we not feel? I could tap into that boss energy and go, da-da-da, and tell you something. I choose not to. I feel it, but I choose not to. And I choose not to give it voice. So do we always feel? Can we not feel? I used to drink and smoke weed to not feel. That's what I used to do to not feel. I'm honoring these feelings coming up and letting them go. I worked hard to get where I'm at, and I want to continue moving forward to be the best version of myself. Absolutely. We've all worked hard. We've all worked hard. Every single one of us have worked hard to get here today. And we're evolving and we're growing, living in isolation in New York City for 10 years. Oh, hold on. My thing moved. I cannot connect to other people. Oh, New York City is a lot of energy. So finding the places where there are people like you. Go to like on meetup.com. Ask your helpers, ask your spirit, ask your higher self to guide you to the places where you can connect. You only need 1 or 2 people to connect to you, and then it will filter out. And it might not be your role to connect. It's relative, right? Because it doesn't feel like I'm connected, but you're connected to everyone. But I get what you mean. So what is your role? Is your role to connect to people, or is it to continue being that bright light because you're connecting at a different level? Right. God bless you that can even live there. I'm a steamrolling magnet. People just hate me at certain places. It is so bad. So we decided we are even moving our tiny vacation home. Bought land finally, 18-acre. Stay the hell away. We have steamrolling magnet. We have steamrolling energy. we can have really big energy. Not can have. We have really big energy. And this is where boundaries come in. This is where knowing how to master your energy comes in. Because we can repel, we can push people away with our energy because we overwhelm them with our energy. Love you. My husband's looking. So our big energy, somebody said, you have no idea how big your energy is to you guys. I have some idea, but probably not really how big it is. So depending on your role, what you chose to come here and do, as empaths, most of us have big energy. Turn your blinkers, my friend says, my mentor, she'll say, turn your blinkers inward, bring your energy back into you so that we're not out here absorbing it all like it's our own. Doesn't mean we won't feel it. We're going to feel it all. But when we stop being out, just out, gathering whatever's around us, pull your energy back in, bring it into you. That's it. That's it. That's simple. You can do your hand movement, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Feel it. Take the moments to pause and feel, because you'll feel how far out you are when you learn how to bring it back into you. It's many ways of learning how to master the energy. I feel like I used to be a social butterfly, but now I am not on the same vibe as others. Absolutely not. And it's much more apparent today, Millie. Yeah, it's much more apparent today that we're not resonating. And that's okay. I feel like being around people makes me want, yeah, it does. Yeah, because it's safety, right? Let me get away from them. They're not safe. They're danger, danger, danger. Will Robinson, because their energy is chaotic. I've been around, I was around somebody that was like just like this frantic, chaotic energy. Is like, oh, okay. Well, I have some interaction to do with her because of a volunteer position I stepped into, and I love that she's in service, but she's just like, I'm like, let me do what I need to do. Let me make my suggestions, which she really appreciates, and then I'm not on the phone with her very long. The more confident you are with yourself, the more you just know where your boundaries are, and you'll automatically just start to set those boundaries in front and be like, oh yeah, let me bring my energy in, get really clear in your own energetic boundary, and then they'll just kind of move. And when usually when I want to run, I'm ready to leave, it's because someone's trying to, there's a lot of energy in, but there's someone or a few people that are trying to attach, put their feelers out there to attach their energy to me. So that's when you bring it back in and you put your, whatever it is you do to protect yourself. Sometimes you can just do this simple thing. I'm looking to see if where you cross your arms. You can do that. You can visualize putting that bubble around yourself, closing off your energy field for them to not come and attach. I don't have to open my mouth. I'm even having fun. I am an overwhelmer. I am not overwhelmed. Flip, flow, blinkers. I love how you guide me back. Guide me to pull back in. Yes. Pause and feel. Thank you. Yep. Absolutely. We don't have to open our mouth. Not ever, but often we feel like we do. So be quiet. Be quiet and see how it goes. Because they're going to feel you anyway. Sometimes it's just us holding the space. And if you're not in a place that, how do I say this? A space where it's I'm listening for words to tell you right here. There are times to honor your intuition and not go, even if you committed to go. There are times you may go. You may go anyway. Just know how to take care of yourself and clean yourself up and go prepared. You're going to go and honor that commitment. Go prepared. We're not a victim. We're not a victim of the energy. We're not a victim of the people. It's our responsibility to take care of us, period. Nobody else's. So if I'm taking on all their energy, that's me. I feel it, but I don't have to take it on. There's a distinction here. And I don't get to blame them and, oh, they're just trying to attach to me and I'm overwhelmed. Then do something about it. This is where we get to be, I'm going to be selfish in a good way to take care of me. That's your job, if you will. That's your role. We've done the opposite of that for most of our lives because we're taught, everybody else comes first. You better honor your commitment. You have to keep your word. You better take care of them and nurture them. And well, where the hell am I in the equation here? Right? Where am I in the equation? I'm constantly giving from empty because I've given all I got to give. And then I keep giving some more and wonder why I'm exhausted and wonder why I'm sick and wonder why I'm depleted and why I don't want to go anywhere and why I want to isolate myself. No. All right, hold on a second here. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. I got off my feed and because I was taking care of that and here we go. My apologies. Let me come back here. Get my page so I can get back to the comments and questions. There's somebody a question. Get off. There. Okay. Waiting for the comments to come back. All right. Okay. I need to have your attitude. My health has failed from giving away my energy to the energy vampires. I hear you, Millie. There's something like energy vampires, gaslighters, narcissistic, all the labels, right? Somewhere in us, it's innate, right? Those people are attracted to us, we're attracted to them. Somehow we think it's our job or it's our role, or I can fix them if I just love them enough and if I take care of them. Thank you, Alita. Yeah, you'll get it. You're learning. So we have those beliefs. And we're wide open. And then those people, those kind of people, start to chip away. Energy vampire narcissists, yeah. They start to chip away at our foundation. There's a place. Oh, that energy. There's a place in us where we believe them. It's not our belief necessarily. And there's a belief that if we just love them enough and they're wounded, and if I just can heal them enough, or I can give them enough of the salve, whatever it is that they need, and we just keep doing that, right? And they keep chipping away until we're completely depleted. And then it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to get out because we're so depleted and so exhausted. Learning to have the boundaries, they have to come from inside of us. They come from us. I spoke them in the beginning. Hardcore boundaries, black and white. Because I was so over here to the extreme of exhaustion, no boundaries, enmeshed in every relationship. And then I went to this extreme, like, nobody's going to do this to me ever again. So the pendulum swung over here. And then it comes back to the middle. But in that swing, yeah, literally shut my body down for 9 days. I could not move or talk. Absolutely. And part of that is that you're purging. And then they're sucking the life out of you. We have these energetic cords. We have these etheric energetic cords people plug into us. So if you don't cut the cords, give them their energy back, they just keep on doing it. I had someone that just did a really crappy job in ending the relationship, created a big fat mess to leave instead of just leaving. Anyway, she kept trying to come back in, and every time I'm like, you're done, you need to go energetically, right? This is all like my thoughts. And so every time that would happen, I would cut the cords and send her energy back to her. Cut the cords, send her energy back, return to sender. That quick, that easy. Every time I would think, because I knew they were trying to come back in. Cut the cords. Took a while. I don't know. I don't know, it's been a while ago now. It's probably a month or two it took. And it got less and less, but that's our role now, right? It's our responsibility to stop giving. And when you work with someone, Nicole, it's difficult. You're in that environment all the time. What you can do, I would say smudge the whole place, but that doesn't always work because people don't like that. I cut everyone off, but the trauma bond makes me feel sad and alone. Absolutely. Clearing the trauma, because we have those trauma bonds and we have that fucked up way of thinking that this is love. Me too. That's not a judgment. I had the same thing. Yep. I sprayed rose water. I love that. Yeah, rose water doesn't linger and it's not a super huge smell. I smudged the office one day. I had a tiny little office I was working in, and I closed the door, smoked it. Wasn't my intention, but that's how the sage went. So, well, it went into the duct of the whole office. Oh yeah, that it was probably on a Saturday. I was working on a Saturday, and so even one day he's like, "Hey, did you?" I was like, "Oh, yes, I did." He was not happy with me. It's chiropractor office, so a lot of people coming in there. What you can do instead, that's not always recommended, although it works really great, is to just call in your angels, call in your helpers to clear the space. And you may do that a lot, especially if you work in that environment. Call them in to clear the energy. And then make sure you take care of yourself. I had a friend that worked for a couple of years in this place. Oh gosh, it's so freaking toxic. And crying every day. Every day. She was the bright light in the office, disturbing the people that were not that. So finally, they left. Yeah. So what else? This is such a rich, great topic. The eclipse coming up. eclipse. You get the shadow covering the sun, coming between the earth, so the moon, the earth, and the sun, so that creates that eclipse. I happen to be in the line here where I live. I don't know if we'll have it. It may be cloudy because, I can't leave that alone either. We'll still get all that energy. So being mindful, paying attention to how you feel, what's showing up for you, taking care of yourself, drink lots of water, eat the foods that you vibrate with. If you're craving something, eat it. Don't be gentle with yourself. I started eating my Skittles again. I hadn't eaten them in months. And then I started eating, I love Skittles. Sugar. I'm like, what is this about? And then one of my friends said, oh yeah, we're turning sugar's crystalline, sugar crystals. Our bodies are turning into crystalline. So sometimes we crave that. Eat it. You don't have to, and you don't have to you don't have to binge on it, but eat some if that's what you're craving. Pay attention to if you're craving it out of an energetic space or if you're craving it out of an emotional space. Maybe it's both. Maybe eat a little bit and you satisfy that craving and you're done. And it's all good. Be kind, be gentle. Stop beating yourself up for there's a lot of grief there. For who you are. Who we came here to be. Breathe. You're here with me right now. Breathe. Take that deep breath. A whole lot of grief moving right now. Because we've been punished. We've been told we're not worthy. We're too much. We're too intense. Or whatever that is. We get told that all the time. So there's a lot of grief. Plus there's collective grief. Because people are starting to see the truth. And we are here to help shift the energy. We must keep our vibration high. That's where we step into that higher vibration, that higher timeline. And it doesn't mean that we stay there 100% of the time. We don't. I don't. But I know how to get there. So having the tools, having the skills to take care of yourself. Oh, it's pretty intense. So when that comes and you feel that, take that breath. Take that deep, your hands on your belly. Breathe all the way to the top. Fill out your mouth. You help that energy move. You help it clear. Whether it's yours, someone else's, doesn't really matter. You can ask the question. If you get stuck in it, ask the question. Is this my stuff? Is it collective? Is it someone? Sometimes it's part of ours. A lot of times it's collective, and sometimes it's someone else. You don't have to know any of that, really. Just breathe. Every time we do that, we ground. We bring our energy back into ourselves. Simple, simple tool. Oh, Millie. I feel you. I hear you. Where would you like to go with that? What would you like to do with that? Would you like to have a call and connect offline? We could do that. I'm emailing for you. Reach out to me if you'd like to. And anyone else. Oops. You are resonating with this and you'd like to reach out and connect. Let's do that. Jump on a Zoom call and we'll connect for a few minutes and I can give you simple tools. Hold the space. Really good at holding space today. I call it holding. Sometimes, when someone calls you to vent, word vomit, hold the puke bucket. Hold it. So it's not splashing on you. I got really good at this because, people like to call us and dump, because we're transmuting it all the time. It's not our job. We're going to do it because that's how we do it. I don't care. Millie, I don't care. That's part of my role, is here to teach, coach, mentor. So how you look, I get to see through all that. We all do that, by the way. We all do that. We look into people, we look into their soul, and we see them, and we see who they are, and we know. So if you're quick to dismiss it, park what you know on the back burner and wait for the evidence to reveal itself. Someone asked me that earlier. How do we begin to trust ourselves? Park it. Wait for the evidence to reveal itself. No matter what the mind is doing up here. And it'll show you. It'll be revealed. Yeah. Oh, broken heart. I understand. I understand. I'm going to tell you all this. We are a whole, complete human being, exactly the way we are. We are not damaged goods. We are not broken beyond repair. We're not. We feel like it. We have wounds. We feel like it. Yes, true. You know, when I got sober, I was certain that if I told my story, and if you knew who I was, that you would loathe me as much as I did. Damaged goods. I was broken beyond repair, and nobody could love me the way that I was. It's a lie, but it's how we feel, and it's not the truth. Feelings are not fact. Take that to the bank. Feelings are not facts. They're transient. But we have a lot of stories and we have a lot of beliefs that take them off and run it. Take a bath, sit with yourself, just start one little thing that you love to do. It is still there. No, thanks for Alita. Yes. So reach out if you want to. Any one of you, anybody that's here, if you would like to have a conversation. Are you ready to do some coaching, to deep dive, to transform at an elevated level? That's the word I wanted to use, but anyway, email's in there. If you'd like to do that, reach out to me. We'll schedule a time. I am heading out Friday. I won't be here next week, but I have time today and I have time tomorrow and I have time when I get back to have a conversation. But I'm heading out Friday for a vision quest. A couple friends come in to do their vision quest. We're going to go support. She did. She was always thinking about when she would come on live. Oh my God, when I was live. So yeah, we're going to be, I'm not actually participating in the vision quest, but I'm going to be supporting there. So I'll be gone all week and taking a break. Take a whole break off social media and all that, emails and everything. But today and tomorrow, I'm available. And when I come back, I'll be back on the following Sunday. So we can schedule. And I'll be back on the Wednesday, whatever that day is. I don't remember. Any more questions? Enjoy the time. Thank you, Millie. Well, Millie. I'm inviting you to muster up your courage and just do it. Take the action. It's okay if you don't, but I'm going to encourage you to do that. 17th. That's the going on a spiritual retreat Friday and Saturday. I am so excited for the understanding and growth I'll be receiving. It's so awesome. I love this. Me too. Me too. So pay attention. Let me just circle back to the eclipse that someone had asked about and pay attention to what's showing up for you. Become the observer of what's showing up. Observe, witness yourself. Be the witness. Oh, isn't that interesting? I wonder if that's my energy or someone else's energy. I wonder where that came from. Breathe. Take that breath. When we learn to witness and become curious, we stop taking it personal. We're better at discerning what is ours and what's not ours, and trusting ourselves, having boundaries. So get curious about what's going on for you. The practice. It's a practice. I've been practicing it for a long time, and I still sometimes get into my pity pot and I get wallowing around in it, and I'm like, good Lord, WTF. Right? I take that deep breath and I'm like, oh, let me step up here into this seventh dimension version of me and move. Because the wallowing is really old. It's the same bullshit over and over and over. Remember, this is just a historical data collector, the mind. It's just collecting from our experiences. Tapping is really great too. If anybody's familiar with tapping, it's a really great way to disrupt the chatter. Oh, it's one of the tapping points. Just look up emotional freedom technique, EFT, tapping solution. It disrupts that flow. It's good for depression. I mean, it's good for any Reiki master, but I'm in a not myself. Can you tell me more? What does that mean? Reiki master, but I'm in a not myself. Like I'm not myself. EMDR is amazing. No, thank you. Oh, fabulous. Finishing an EFT tapping course right now. Yeah, there's a whole lot of free stuff on YouTube, books. I was doing it around money, and it's just super, super simple. Incredibly how simple it is, and amazingly powerful. I've not utilized that practice enough. I can tell you that. Every time I do it, I'm like, why don't I do this all the time? And then I get busy doing whatever other things I'm doing. So I'm always doing something. All right, let me add that one more time. I'm gonna put it at the bottom here before we all head off for our day. And forgot what I was saying. Reach out to me, Millie. Yes, I'm gonna restart on my spiritual guides, spiral guides, spiritual guides. You just start, invite them in. You might do a meditation. They're always there. They're waiting for you to ask. They're waiting for you to ask and then to receive it. Sometimes it can get really loud. We're about to walk across the street and get hit by a car. It might get really loud. And listen, like refine the listening. How do they speak to you? How do they deliver their messages to you? Just start. Whatever that is for, if you've been disconnected from yourself or you've not been paying attention, just know what? I've not been paying attention and I'm committed to opening the door again. And I'm committed to working with you again. I'm committed to asking for help. And then do it. Sometimes we're just not very good at listening to them. Because our mind goes, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do it my way. We get some idea and we get some hit. And perhaps when you get back, I will join you in the chat. I'm feeling very emotional. I totally get that. If you are emotional, let yourself be emotional. It is good. because we're all emotional. I've been angry. I've been crying. I've been hungry. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, why am I so hungry? Like, ravenous hungry. So yeah, all part of the energy that's moving because we've been through that. It's all been getting a higher frequency. So we had the eclipse and now we're on the next eclipse. It's called eclipse season. So it's no doubt that you are emotional. Many of us are very emotional. Just roll with it, ride the waves and allow it to be okay. Truly, you're okay. You are. And even if you don't feel okay, you're going to be okay. And you're going to feel okay. I found that helpful. Just the reminder, right? It's okay to be emotional. Because we're all feeling it. We're all feeling it. So just be with yourself. Bring your energy back in. Smudge yourself. Cut those cords. Breathing. This too shall pass. Yes, it shall, Nicole. I wonder where you learned that from. Those little, cue words that go, we have phrases like that in some programs. I'll reach out to you. And I'll be back on Wednesday, the 17th. Millie Mel. I don't want to butcher it, but it's beautiful. That's been the lesson for me this season, is just learning how to observe my feelings and just let them be. It's so empowering to know that I will come back to myself when I do that. Absolutely true. And feel them and breathe through them. Keep breathing. Even when I'm taking someone through meditation, they start to cry, they're having their feelings, they're having their, keep breathing, meaning keep breathing deeply and exhaling out your mouth. Keep breathing because you'll move the energy. Doesn't mean you won't feel it, but you'll move that energy out. And then the next feeling comes and you breathe again. Move the energy out. I did that when I had someone reminding me of that when my dad had died. Keep breathing. Because when we stop, we're in that fight or flight constantly. Spiritual guide, should I do a sage cleanse? We get that. Yeah, you can cleanse with sage, of course. When we're breathing up here, it's fight or flight. So it's a season, not a sentence. Yes, so take those deep breaths. No matter what you're feeling, happy, sad, cry, angry, keep breathing. It's the presence breath, and it grounds you and it brings you back to center. And it helps move that energy. It doesn't stop you from feeling things. What if I'm not going to feel it? We get identified with our feelings. You're going to feel it, but you're going to allow it to move so you're not stuck in it. All right. Me too. Love you too. Fabulous. Thank you all for being here. I am grateful. I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you in 2 weeks. I'm here today and tomorrow, though. So if you're interested in just, having a quick connection, reach out to me and we'll do that. We'll make it happen. Blessings to you all. See you on the other side. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful week. Last day. Back over to my other side to end it.